All right. So I think not many of them have known what exactly literature review is, and you are not much familiar with bibliometric analysis. On average, it's 3.1, and on average, writing a research paper is 4.1. So we will deal with all these aspects throughout our seminar, and we will make sure that you will have enough knowledge on these aspects throughout the seminar. So yeah, let's move ahead. And before understanding of this particular session, we wanted you to ask if you have anything specific you wanted us to ask. So you wanted us to elaborate on anything specific. You can answer using your mobile phone. So whatever is running in your mind related to this session, you can ask. So this session is going to be around 1 hour. 30 minutes of time I'll be taking, and 30 minutes by Shravani. And then in the last 10 minutes, we will have question and answer session. So if you have anything running in your mind, you can please ask us. If you have anything specific question to ask us related to this topic. So all right, not many questions. No one has any question. So all right, we will move ahead. So today we will discuss on how to conduct a research, how to frame a research objective, and what is literature review and what are different types of literature review. And also we will walk you through the process of searching articles, finding a base paper, and how to retrieve articles from different databases like Google Scholar, Scopus, Web of Science. Most of you might be knowing it, but still we would give familiarity about this, how to do it in a right process. And then we will guide you through how to make use of these retrieved articles in an intelligible form. And also we will demonstrate how to conduct a literature review using bibliometric analysis. Bibliometric analysis is something where this is the easiest form of for you to identify a research topic. So some of you, if you are conducting, wanted to do a research, it will help you to identify the research theme, hot topics, what are the research trends in the particular research topic you have chosen. So this particular analysis will help you to identify research gaps in a easier way. And it will be demonstrated using VOSViewer and R BiblioShiny. So for this session, we will keep it as a just demo. So if required, hands-on session or workshop will be taken in future if possible. So these are the two softwares. By looking at these softwares, you need not worry that you have to do some coding and all. You need not do anything. It's just very user-friendly softwares, and you will learn it very easily. And then finally, we will take you how to write a research paper using this particular literature review method, bibliometric analysis. So we will keep it like this. If you have any questions in the between, I would request you to put in the chat box. So if it is required to answer to proceed further, we will answer then and there. Otherwise, we will take it in the Q&A session. So hope it is clear, and we hope you will enjoy this session, and on the way in the process, you will learn something fruitful and it will help you. So moving ahead. So before conducting a research, some young people like you, upcoming business managers like you, why should you conduct a research? How will it help you? First of all, it will help you to understand the existing market, the current situation, the external environment. What are the changes, fluctuations happening in the external market? So, if you have to understand the existing environment, you have to conduct a research. And if you are suppose going to work in an organization, so you need to understand the dynamics of the organization. What factors will influence the organization, and how it will affect your customers, how it will influence on your competitors or be the employees of your own firm. So to understand these particular aspects, you have to conduct a research. And if you have some new ideas, so how those ideas will improve your business performance. To understand such kind of scenarios, you have to conduct a research. And to identify new strategic directions, you have to perform research. And if you have some new idea and you wanted to test it whether that will fit into your existing business strategies, to implement those new ideas in the existing strategies, you have to conduct a research. And suppose there are already existing business theories which were given long ago, and you wanted to test whether that particular business theory will suit in this today's context. So to examine such kind of scenarios, you have to conduct a research. So now that you are clear about why you have to conduct a research, so how to conduct a research? So the main foundation for conducting a research is you should have a specific broader research objective. So research objective is something where suppose you have a situation where it occurs on a routine basis. It occurs every day and you know what happens further. If that situation happens, what will be the consequences? You already know because it is happening on a regular basis. There is nothing change happening, or no, it is very consistent. So all such kind of situations, you need not do any research. For example, sun rises in the east. It is a proven fact. There is nothing new to conduct a research. So some all such situations you need not conduct a research. So why, for what situations you have to do a research? So situations such as that occurs on a new basis. For example, we have recently witnessed COVID scenario. It is happening all of a sudden and brought lot of changes in the dynamics of the environment. So such kind of situations which are very subtle, you don't know what happens further, what are the consequences. So and what will be the outcome of it. It is very scattered and situation is very ambiguous. So such kind of situations you have to conduct a research, and you should frame a research objective for those kind of situations. So research objective, so how do you frame it? Research objective is something which is very broader. You have to define your goals of conducting research. By doing this so and so research, what will be your outcomes, why you are doing this, the purpose of your research. You have to bring it in a broader goal form. So it is very broad. So to address this particular broad research objective, you have to frame research questions. So research questions is something which will express your broader research objective using a specific question. So you will have to frame this broader objective in a specific question that needs to be addressed in this research. And how you have to frame this question is by developing some specific assumptions. Those assumptions have to be tested. And you have to then frame a research model that will help lead to a testable analysis. And then you will produce some useful results based on that. So let me give you some example on what exactly this research question is, research objective is. I want you to respond. For example, I wanted to conduct research on this new buzzword ChatGPT. So this is an open AI based tool which was recently most happening tool in current market. And please respond. Are you aware of this tool, ChatGPT? If yes, please give a thumbs up. If no, please give thumbs down. So recently organizations, they are in dilemma whether to implement this ChatGPT or not. So this is a new situation for them. They doesn't know the what will be the consequences if they implement it. So such kind of situations we have to conduct a research which is very ambiguous. Consequences are not known. So now I will frame a broader research objective for this. So what is my research objective? What are the factors that will influence organization if they implement ChatGPT? So it's a very broader objective on to test what will happen if ChatGPT is implemented. So now to break down this, I will express my broader research objective in terms of specific research questions. So first question could be, does ChatGPT increase organization financial performance? Second question could be, does this ChatGPT increase or reduce the need of employees? Or third question could be, does this organization need to develop a technology infrastructure to implement this chat GPT? So I'm breaking down into specific questions to address my broader research objective. So I'm making certain assumptions that whether it will have an influence on organizational financial performance, whether it will have an influence on employee, and whether it will have an influence on technology infrastructure. I'm making certain assumptions. I'm building a hypothesis. So now you have understood how to frame research objective and research questions. For conducting any research, this is very important, very crucial. You have to know your purpose of conducting research. So now coming to the next stage. So this is the entire journey of conducting a research. So now you have a research objective fixed, and then you have research questions. You have also suggested some hypotheses, that is the assumptions that you are making to conduct your broader research objective. And the next stage is very important stage. You have to do literature review. So the purpose of doing this literature review is you have to go back and check if this particular research is already done, or you should refer to your previous studies to understand what is already being done, and that will help you to proceed further. So literature review is very important in conducting a research. And after that, you do you formulate your research model, you design your research model, and then you collect your data. So after data collection, you perform data analysis, and then you interpret the data. So, and further, you will check. Initially, you have made certain assumptions. So whether those hypotheses, are they supporting or are they being rejected? So you will analyze it based on the data interpretation. And once you got your results, you will be writing a report and you will present it. So this is the overall journey of how to conduct a research. So now our focus is on only literature review. How to conduct a literature review, we will go in step by step in a practical form, how a researcher have to perform a literature review. So for example, I wanted to conduct a research on my topic. It is on Internet of Things. So how many of you are aware of this particular phrase, Internet of Things, IoT? Please use your menti.com to answer. If yes, give a thumbs up. If no, give thumbs down. I could see 2 people have answered. So now I wanted to understand how I should read a paper, how I should review the articles on this particular topic, Internet of Things. So, all right. So 4 people say they are aware of this topic, and 2 people, they are not aware of this particular phrase, Internet of Things. So yeah, let's move ahead. So now I will see, I want to discuss how to read a research paper. So this is one of the research paper on Internet of Things. So this is published in journal Internet of Things, and the title of the journal article is Internet of Things Research in Supply Chain Management. and logistics, a bibliometric analysis. So this is particularly written by the following authors, and these are their affiliations. They are from different parts of world: Hungary, USA, Tunisia, Austria, Malaysia. So, and they are the affiliations, and this is the abstract of the article. So what does this show is, they give you an overview of entire article in one paragraph. So what will abstract include? So it includes the aim of the study, the objective of the study, the purpose of doing this research, and then the methodology, the analysis that is being conducted in doing this research. And then they will explain about the findings of the research, the results that they reap out of this particular research study. And after findings, you have to include your implications of the study, be it managerial implications, practitioner implications, academic implications. So all those things will be included. And then what is the uniqueness of this conducting this particular research? So all these things will be included in the abstract. And then these are the keywords. So here the keywords are Internet of Things, supply chain management, literature review, bibliometrics. So by reading these keywords, authors' keywords, you will easily understand what this paper is talking about, in which domain this paper comes. So this is how you identify research paper and how you go through the article, and this is published in year 2020. I hope most of you are aware of how to go through the research articles. I think based on recent post by Dr. Dhananjay sir, most of you are aware of doing research and you have published some papers also. That's really good. Even during your MBA stage, you are doing this. That is really appreciable. So now I would like to continue. So now I would want to show how to find out research articles, how to find out your databases. Just a minute. All right. Hope you are able to see my screen. So now, for conducting a literature review, you have to go through different research articles on your research topic. So now my research topic is Internet of Things. So now I wanted to retrieve different articles which are published in this particular research area. So there are different databases like Google Scholar, Scopus, Web of Science. So we will check one by one how to retrieve the articles from these databases. So firstly, talking about Google Scholar. So as you go into this scholar.google.com, this page will be appearing. And now my research topic is on Internet of Things. So because it is a 3-worded phrase, so I wanted to retrieve articles which are including all these 3 words together. I don't want internet separately, of separately, things separately. So I wanted to retrieve articles which are including all these 3 together. So now, because that is the reason I gave quotation marks. So otherwise it will take it individually. So now if I go to search, so I can see here around 11,20,000 results are appeared using this particular topic. So it's very much research has been done in this particular topic, Internet of Things. So this is how it appears. Internet of Things, this is the title. For example, the first article displayed above. So these are the different authors who published this article and in the year 2012. So this particular article is cited around 1,466 times by different research papers. So now if you want to cite this particular research paper, so if you click on double quoted cite, it will show you different referencing styles. like MLA style, APA style, Chicago style, Harvard style, Vancouver style. So most commonly used style is APA. So it is as like this: first the author names, then year, then journal article title, and then journal name and volume, issue, and page number. So this is how you cite your references. So this is the Google Scholar database is very user friendly for all the research scholars. It you can also create your own profile if you are conducting a research on specific topic, and you can save all your references on that particular topic in your profile. And nextly, we will go to Scopus database. So Scopus database is also one of the very rigorous used database. It contains almost all domains, all specific, all domain, be it any medical journals, engineering journals, business domain journals, be it any domain. The database is the research articles are provided in the Scopus database. So you have to log in using scopus.com. So this you can log in only if you are having organizational email ID. So the page shows like this. So you can search the articles, retrieve the articles based on different search criteria. For example, using article title, abstract, keywords, or only authors, or only first author, source title, article title. Source title is the journal title, and abstract, keyword. So based on your area of work, what you wanted to retrieve, you can choose. Now I'm choosing article title, abstract, keywords. So my research area is on Internet of Things. Again, I'll give it in quotations because I wanted to retrieve all the three words together. And some of the articles in title, they won't give Internet of Things. They will only give IoT. So I'll use the Boolean form OR, and I will retrieve, I will also give IoT. So I wanted to retrieve all the articles using IoT as well as Internet of Things also. Now I want to be more specific because in Google Scholar, if I see there are around 10 lakh. All right. So now I want to retrieve the articles using Internet of Things and IoT also. And I wanted to be specific because in Google Scholar, we have seen around 10, 11 lakh articles. I don't want to go through all those articles and break my head. So I will be more specific now in my research topic. I will also choose and as a Boolean, and I also want to look into more specific, that is supply chain. Supply chain, Internet of Things. I wanted to narrow down my research topic. So I can also choose the date range. For now, I'm not choosing. So now let me search. Just a second. It's loading. So this is one way of retrieving your research papers using the search criteria. You can choose any search field based on your research topic. So now when I search using those two strings, two criteria, I have found around 3,000 to 18 articles. This many documents have come. So now I can limit myself using different research, different criteria. So in the left, it is still loading, just a second. So in the left, you can see, you can limit your different criteria. Now, if I want to choose only last 5 years articles, so I can select here. So I can select here only last 5 years, 2023, 2022, 2021, 2020, and 2019. So I only wanted to review last 5 year articles. I can limit myself. And author names, subject area. See, my subject area, I only wanted to do research in management, not in engineering, not in computer science or decision mathematics and all. So I will choose only business management and accounting. So I only want to review the articles belonging to our domain, business management and accounting. And also I wanted to review only articles, journal articles, not conference papers or book chapters, reviews and all. So yeah. And I can also restrict only to already published articles, final articles. And also I can restrict myself to different, these are all different limitation criteria, inclusive, exclusive criteria. You can choose based on your criteria, based on your research work. So I'll choose only journals, not conference proceeding. And importantly, I only want to review articles which are in English, because I don't understand other languages, Chinese, German, Spanish. I don't want to include those articles in my review. So now I will limit myself based on this chosen criteria. So once I limit myself, now I only got 206 documents for my literature review analysis. So now you can select these articles and you can export in whatever databases you wanted to. So this is how you retrieve articles using Scopus database. And there is also one more database which is called as Web of Science. So you can log in using webofscience.com or Web of Knowledge. And this is different from Scopus. Web of Science is not as rigorous as Scopus. It doesn't include all the journal, all the domains of the journal, all the subject areas. So Scopus is most commonly used. It is one of the robust database used by most of the researchers. And however, for bibliometric analysis, you can use both the things, Scopus or Web of Science. So yeah, so I'll just show you Web of Science also how to make use of this. So this can be logged in using only registered email ID in Clavariate. Once you sign in, only then you can make use of this Web of Science page. And here also you can choose your topic based on your criteria. So topic is, it will search in abstract, title, author, keywords, and also only by title if you want, you can choose that, or only by author name, only the publication titles, year published. So you can choose based on your interest. Now I will choose topic. So my research topic is Internet of Things. So I'll give it in double quotations. For now, I'll just choose Internet of Things, just to demonstrate for you. So I can also add date range. I can also choose publication years. So please mute the overlap. Sir, it will be helpful if you can mute other participants. There is an echo coming in background. All right, I'll continue here. So now you can choose last 5 years data. So once you go to this search criteria, see, I have got around 55,000 results. So in this way, you can choose based on your criteria, and you can choose your literature articles for your literature review. So now I will go back and see so the purpose of doing this literature review. So why you have to do this is because you wanted to understand what are the recent researches already been done. So can you please mute because there is a echo coming, there's a noise coming behind. So can you please help in muting the noise coming behind? So can you please mute the noise coming behind? Yeah. Yeah, thank you, sir. So now that you have seen how to retrieve the database articles from different databases, now let's see how to conduct a literature review. So why, be it any type of data methodology, there are different types of literature review, like narrative literature review, systematic literature review, bibliometric literature review. You can do any form, but you should understand in framing a research objective. That is very important for anyone to conduct a research. So conducting a literature review will help you to identify research gap. So it will make you create a future scope for the researcher how to proceed further. So the main aim is to understand the existing body of literature and what has been done previously already and how do we proceed further. So those who are doing research would have seen already systematic literature review methodology. So let's see what is the difference between narrative and systematic literature review. So narrative is something where the article publications give state or science of topic from a theoretical point of view, from a contextual point of view. It's a traditional method. There is no systematic approach here. So just let me give an example where you pick a recent paper on your research topic and you go back referencing. The back references, you will narrate each of the research paper just like that. There is no proper systematic way in doing this research. Now we will find out. So there is no, you need not report any research methodology used in narrative way. You need not show what are the databases used for the for conducting this narrative research methodology. All this is not required in narrative literature review, and this will be more clear when we are doing a systematic literature review. So now let's see what it is. So it adopts a replicable, scientific, and transparent process. In other words, it's a detailed technology that aims to minimize the bias through exhaustive literature searches of published and unpublished studies. So by providing audit of reviews, decisions, providers, and conclusions. So that is what makes it systematic. So it will give you a systematical way of criteria for selecting the research papers. It has from a large pool of research papers, how are you confining to frame a research gap? What are the inclusion criteria? What are the exclusion criteria? From which databases you are retrieving your research articles? So all this is very important. So this is all about systematic literature review. So we also have another type of literature review, that is bibliometric literature review. So for any of the young researchers like you, if you are wanted to conduct a research, you wanted to write a research paper, or you wanted to do any research project, for suppose. So you wanted to know a research topic of your choice. You should know what are the research trends in the particular research topic. So all these things will be very easily done in bibliometric analysis in a graphical way, in a visualization format. So now let us see how to conduct a bibliometric analysis. So this particular session will be taken over by my colleague Shavani. So I will stop here and Shavani will be sharing her screen and she will continue further. So meanwhile, we also have certain quiz and also we will have some interactive session in between. So I wanted you all to log in using menti.com, display code displayed earlier. In the PPT also it will be displayed. So Shravani, you can share your screen and continue.
Thank you, Kashmira. A very good evening to one and all for taking your time at the late hour on a weekend. Now I will give you a basic understanding of bibliometric analysis. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, it is.
So I will be giving a brief introduction to understanding the basic concepts of bibliometric analysis. Generally, the literature review you will be doing is a very qualitative one. You will be reading the complete paper. But in the bibliometric analysis, you don't need to analyze the complete paper, and it is related to the metadata of the papers. It is a quantitative form of conducting a literature review. So once you hear the word bibliometric, the first thing you will be getting into your mind is book. And the bibliometric is the Greek word, which means that biblio is a book and metric is a measurement. So it's basically the analysis of the measurement of the books or any other published material. In our case, the books are the research articles that have been published. So this bibliometric analysis was first introduced by Pritchard in 1969 in one of his journals. He defined the bibliometric analysis as the application of mathematical and statistical methods to books and other means of communication. So for our analysis in our research field, the other means of communications are related to the book chapters and published literature and research articles. And as I have said, bibliometric analysis is a quantitative way of doing the literature review. It uses the quantitative analysis of the empirical data in the published literature to study the patterns of the publication within the field. That is, you will be able to find out the current research themes and which are the hot topics that are being researched in that particular field. If, for example, in the field of Internet of the Things, which is the current hot topic? Are they talking about the cyber security? Are they talking about the internet industry 4.0 or into the supply chain? What are the new things Internet of Things is providing in the supply chain? So what is the current topic? Current trends can be analyzed using the bibliometric analysis. And in this bibliometric analysis, we can do it for the journal also. There is a journal called Journal of Business Research, which is a very highly ranked journal. And if you want to see what are the articles published in that particular journal, you can do a bibliometric analysis of the journal and you can find out who are the top authors publishing their articles in the journals, which country they belong to, and what are the topics that are being published in that particular journal. And we can also do the bibliometric analysis for the topic of our interest. Like my topic of interest is green supply chain management. So I can, by using the bibliometric analysis, I can find out what are the current recent research that is being done in the green supply chain management. And if I want to find out what it is being done in the healthcare, I can easily find out the trends in the current topic of our interest. Similarly, your interest also. So, but before starting to do a bibliometric analysis, you have to be clear about your objectives. What is that you want to do with the topic of your interest? So here are the two sample research objectives taken from some of the paper. One is our own paper, authored by Kashmira and myself, regarding the European Journal of Information Systems. You can see the two research objectives in this screen. The first objective is related to the paper authored by Kashmira and myself. Here, the main objectives for us are to related to the journal, to see the structure of the journal. EJIS is European Journal of Information Systems, which is one of the topmost journal in the field of information systems. So here we are studying the annual citation structure. We are listing the highest cited papers in that particular journal, which are the top institutions, nations, and the authors that are contributed to this journal. And we have also examined how countries and universities have contributing to this journal over the years. And this is one way of writing the paper. Another objectives can be related to your topic of interest. Like here, how has IoT literature has been emerged through years in the SCM and logistics field? How many countries are contributing to this academic of IoT literature and SCM logistics? Who are the famous researchers? What are the most cited articles in this field? And what are the current trends and the hot research topics and in this particular field? So before starting a bibliometric analysis, you have to be very clear about the objectives and the research topics or terms you want to search. So what type of analysis methods we have in this bibliometric analysis are, we can do a citation-based analysis, keyword-based analysis, and author-based analysis. I will be discussing about this more while showing you based on the software. So I will be showing two sample research papers, how they have done the bibliometric analysis in these particular papers. So as I have shown you the objectives of the paper related to the bibliometric overview of the European Journal Information Systems from 1991 and 2022. Mostly this bibliometric overview for the journals will be conducted on any milestone years, like 25 years of the paper or 20 years of the paper. For that, this particular paper talks about from the origin of its paper to 2022. First, we will be introducing the paper objective, and then we'll be mentioning the results. Here, the results we have analyzed are the growth of the articles from 1995 to 2022. There are 17 articles produced in 1995. The maximum number of articles are in 69 in 2007. And in 2022, there are 34 articles. It is a constant increase and decrease in the number of publications in the journal per year. So this is one of the results that you can publish using the bibliometric analysis. And one more metric that you can indicate is what are the most cited articles in this particular journal in Scopus, according to Scopus. Here, the first, it shows that the interpretive case studies article has the maximum citations. This is one of the way to display your result. Similarly, you can give a figure that related to most cited documents, like in the order of their citations, like Walsham has 69. This is one of the figure you get through doing a bibliometric analysis. You can do a country analysis. Which country has produced the more number of articles in this journal? And you can see that USA has the maximum number of articles because it is we have a most of color, dark color here. And you can see how the research has progressed throughout the countries over time from 95 to 2000, current year. Most cited countries, like USA has the most number of citation for their articles published. So, and this is a very interesting result, like how the countries have been collaborating together. You can see the clusters forming. So these countries are working together and have the similar type of analysis being done. Similarly, authorship of the countries. These all network diagrams we can get using the WOSPHERE software. We can do the organizational analysis, overview of the organizations over time, keyword related analysis, which are like word cloud, which are the most commonly used keywords in the articles of interest. So you can get interesting and very interesting and colorful themes from this. Keyword analysis using the word cloud, keyword analysis using the WOSPHERE. So these are a few types of metrics that you can be posted using the bibliometric analysis. And for a particular topic of our interest, how we can do the bibliometric analysis, this paper tells us. As Akashmira has already introduced about this topic, and she has also told about the keywords that can be used. So I have already discussed the objectives. Here the objectives are related to the IoT, how it has grown, what are the countries, what are the researchers, and current themes that can be identified by using the bibliometric analysis. So for this, they have used the WOS here mostly. And the search keyword they have used is Internet of Things. And we have to make sure that we are using all the keywords related to our particular research. So here are a few of the synonyms for the Internet of Things can also be taken as RFID. If you are more interested in this specific topic, you can also include RFID, wireless sensors, and all the keywords that are related to the topic of interest, so that you do not miss out on any particular topic. Here they got around 807 documents, and they have analyzed using the WOS here. And descriptive statistics, you can get it from the Scopus itself. So the descriptive metrics they have used is what are the top most 15 relevant journals in this particular field. This is one of the metric that you can report. And next is the table 2 related to who are the topmost productive scholars, what are the top 10 institutes in this particular field of interest, and who are the influential authors, what are the countries that are contributing most to this particular field, and top frequently used keywords like RFID, SEM, and IoT in this particular case. And you get the citation of the paper. And a network analysis is the most important thing, that because from there only we can identify the current themes of our interest. So by doing a keyword co-occurrence means that if two keywords are cited mostly in more than two papers, so which keywords are cited together are the highest cited keywords, and keywords are co-occurring. So they are the similar type of researchers. In this here, you can see that the RFID is the most frequently used keyword in Internet of Things in supply chain management field. Next, highly occurring keyword is SEM, and then IoT. Here you can see different colors. Each color represents a different cluster. This red color one is one different cluster, green color one is one different cluster. So each cluster talks about a similar type of a topic. So that topic itself is one theme, and that can be your topic of interest, and you can explore more from that topic of interest. And you can name each and every cluster based on the items that have been identified in that particular cluster. In this case, there are 6 colors that are being represented. The cluster 1, RFID. So they have named this cluster as RFID for better SEM and logistics. So similarly, these are the keywords in that particular cluster, and this cluster talks about RFID. And this cluster is about IoT and the Industry 4.0 keyword technologies. So this is the way you can find out the emerging topics and researches that have been happening in this particular field. So these are the 2 papers that I want to show how the bibliometric results can be shown or used in your particular paper of your interest. So how you can do a bibliometric analysis is that first you have to retrieve the papers from either Scopus or Web of Science database. These are the most commonly used databases. So as you have seen how to search the papers recently, with the keywords as Internet of Things, IoT, and supply chain. And I have been limiting. So I have been using the exclusion and inclusion criteria based upon my interest for that particular analysis. Now I am only interested in IoT and supply chain. And in the last 5 years only, only articles as a document type restricted to the business management field and English language. So on the left side, you can limit to whatever you need. If you want further refining also, you can do it. Like business and management, I am using only the all the articles, and I'm using all the sources for this 206 articles. If you want to sources from only 10 journals, you can restrict to 10 also. So once you got your desired results, you can download these results. Like you can select all, go to this export, and you can select your method of export. But for doing the analysis in R, biblioshiny or WASPhere, you need to be using the Excel CSV download. And once you click export, you can get the file retrieved in your system. So you can, what all information is needed to export also, you have to select. You will be needing all the citation information, bibliometric information, abstracts and keyword and references also. So as I said, for doing a bibliometric analysis, you don't need to read the complete paper, and using the beta itself gives a lot of awareness about the topic of your interest and what are the current trends and themes that have been emerged in the topic of your interest. So I have already downloaded this paper, which we can use for further analysis. And in the Scopus itself, you will be getting the bibliometric metrics. Like you can click on Analyze Search Results. And here you can see how the documents and articles are being published in the last 5 years. In 2019, there are 32 papers. In 2045, 3578 is the maximum in 2022. And in 2 months itself, there are 16 journals, 16 articles in 2023. So you can take a screenshot or export this from this Scopus, and you can use this diagram in your paper. Similarly, you can do for documents per source, like for the most articles are published in International Journal of Supply Chain Management. So you can see how that articles are producing from 2019 to 2023. Similarly, you can get the documents by author, statistic, document by affiliation metrics, subject area, and country. So most of the bibliometric indicators can be taken from the Scopus itself. But you can also use the R biblioshiny package, where you will get some additional information or additional metrics and very interesting metrics. But for the basic in understanding this, data will be sufficient. So once you have retrieved the papers from the Scopus, you can analyze those data from using the biblioshiny and WASPhere softwares. Once you have retrieved the papers, you can take up on what are the results you want to display for the bibliometric analysis. So while reporting the results, first you have to define about the search terms you have been using. What are the search terms you are using, like Internet of Things or IoT and supply chain? That needs to be defined very clearly in your paper. And once you get the initial search results, if you are okay with it, you can continue, or else you have provide your inclusion and exclusive criteria. So further filtering the papers. And then you can give the descriptive statistics of the paper, like source growth, top contributing author for that particular area of interest, which organization is giving the most purpose and country. And you can also give the citation analysis and keyword analysis, which I will be describing furthermore. Before moving forward, if you have any questions, you can ask us in the chat box, and we'll take few questions. Kashmira, can you see if you have any questions? If there are no questions, I'll move forward and I will show you how you can do the analysis using the softwares. It will be a just basic demo. If you want to do the hands-on, we can provide you with another session if possible. If there is an opportunity in future, we can have a hands-on workshop.
Great, madam. Yeah.
So
Kashmira madam and Shravana is a very nice, and very interesting.
So we have a small poll also.
I'm able to learn so many new things, and it is very simple and easy to understand way. Kashmira madam and Shravani madam has explained. It is beautifully described for the students and researchers and early career researchers sort of people, and it is very useful, madam. We will definitely have one more session, detailed session, with the interested people. Will have more concentrated audience in the next session. Kashmira madam, it is we really were my gratitude to both of you for addressing the students and providing a best overview of this literature review and bibliometric analysis.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for this opportunity. We were very glad to address this students of MBA of yours. So we will wind up the session for now. But there is a small quiz actually. In the end, it will take around like 4 minutes approximately.
Sure. No problem.
Yeah. I'll just share my screen. So all the participants, whoever are there, you can log into menti.com and use the code that we were displaying.
Actually, I apologize because some of my students may not be so much interactive as people in metros like your IBS and things like that, because they're in a sort of rural setting. So I apologize for the inconvenience because they're not that much responsive.
No problem, sir. So we will just have a small quiz. So whoever is present, you can join using menti.com to answer simple 5 questions, which is discussed in the entire session. So please log in using menti.com. Use your code 65722319. So I can see 2 people have joined. So it will take just 5 minutes. Let us go to the quiz now. Whoever is present can answer. Just a second, it's loading. Please log in using the code. I think it's still loading. Shavni, can you please share if possible? Or
Okay, 1 second.
or it's coming. It's fine. Yeah, it's coming.
Oh.
So I can see a few people are here. So those who are here can answer. So 5 players are ready so far. So answer using your mobile phone. The primary purpose of literature review is to facilitate detailed background of. So the correct answer is previous studies. I think nobody has answered rightly. All right, let's move ahead. The literature review shows the previous studies analysis. So let's go ahead. Try to answer this question correctly. So now 9 players are in. Hope you will answer rightly. Which method of literature review is quantitative form? Answer in your phone. All right. Only 4 people have answered it rightly. Quantitative form of doing literature review is bibliometric review. Let's see who have answered it correctly. It's all right. 4 people have answered it right. Let's go to the next question. We have only 8 players now. Okay, 9 players. According to bibliometric studies in WASPIO, which of the following database is allowed? So, yeah, the right answer is all of the above. It allows Scopus, Web of Science, and Dimensions also. Only 3 have answered it rightly. KV, Shalini, and Kathy. Okay. So now KV is on the top. So yeah. Now let us see the next question. Those who answer fast will get more points. So the 4th question. Which of the following analysis is not a part of bibliometric indicators? All right. Yeah, the right answer is meta-analysis. It is not a bibliometric indicator. So the final question. Now let's see the leaderboard. Yeah, again, KV is on the top with 800 points. So now the final question. We have 9 players ready. So those who answer fast and right will get the maximum points. So summarizing and interpreting primary studies related to research topic in a qualitative manner is called. Well, it is not qualitative review, it is narrative review. All right. So the top answer is with 2,695 points. So thank you all for your attention. So in case you have any questions, you can get back to us in chat box, or you can please fill up the feedback form. Uh, use use the feedback form and give us your feedback. Or if you have any questions, you can get back to us through our mail ID. So we had a good time in conducting this session. Thank you, Dhananjay sir, for giving us this opportunity. So yeah, thank you all. Thank you, everyone. Please submit your feedback form.
Thank you, everyone.
In case you have any questions, you can ask us, or please give your feedback using the Google form link. Thank you all for taking your time and attending this session. You can please give your feedback using the Google form. And in case of any questions in future, you can write us to our mail IDs. It is given in the chat box. Thank you, Chandupriya. We are glad to have you here. Thank you, Sai Kirtana. Hope you all submitted the feedback form. Thank you, Bhanupriya. If you have submitted the feedback form, we are done for the session. Thank you, Kirti Priya. Thank you, Shalini. Hope you all submitted the feedback form given in the chat box. If you have any queries in future, you can get back to us. Our mail IDs are also given in the chat box. Thank you all. I think we can leave now. Yeah, we can leave.